I think if Arteta doesn't win a trophy this season, I think he gets the sack. Not because he's not done a good job, but because he can't get a trophy over the line. He's spent a lot of money, they've got a really good side. You've got to go and win a trophy. If they finish second again and they don't win a trophy, the fans will say, where's the progress? We're spending money, but we're not winning anything. You've got to win trophies.
There was a time not long ago when Arsenal had lost their way. The Emirates felt heavy with frustration, the football was lifeless, and the club that once set the standard for beauty and dominance in England was drifting into irrelevance. Under Unai Emery, results crumbled. Performances lacked identity. Arsenal was stuck in mid-table, winless in 7 league games and closer to relegation than top 4. The Gunners were no longer feared. They were forgotten. And then came Mikel Arteta, a rookie manager stepping into chaos, armed only with a clear vision and an unshakable belief. He rebuilt the culture, demanded standards, and slowly sculpted a team with purpose, discipline, and hunger. In just a few seasons, Arsenal went from fragile and fractured to fierce and fearless, pushing Manchester City to the very limit in a Premier League title race.
Havertz, Kai Havertz! There's the goal! Arsenal made it 4, and it's Kai Havertz on the score sheet.
It's the most solid teams in all departments in the world. They can do everything good, better than the other ones, and of course it's tough, and Arsenal is back.
In December 2019, Arsenal were a club in turmoil. The Unai Emery era had ended in disarray. The team sat mid-table and the atmosphere around the Emirates felt flat. Performances lacked identity, fans were restless, and the club's proud history seemed a distant memory. Freddie Ljungberg had been placed in temporary charge, but the long-term solution had to be someone who could restore belief, not just in results, but in Arsenal's very way of playing. That man was Mikel Arteta. On the 20th of December, Arsenal announced the return of their former captain, this time not as a player, but as head coach. He arrived from Manchester City, where he'd been Pep Guardiola's right-hand man, bringing with him a football philosophy rooted in tactical discipline.
I know how a winning culture should look like, which is for me the most important thing. You need a direction, you need a vision, and you need action. You have to be ruthless, believe on that, and go.
His task? To rescue a fractured season, rebuild a fractured squad, and reignite the club's competitive spirit. Arteta inherited a squad that had been reshaped the summer before. Nicolas Pepe had arrived for a club record £72 million. Gabriel Martinelli had been signed from Brazil as an unknown teenager. Kieran Tierney joined from Celtic. David Luiz came from Chelsea. And William Saliba was secured for the future but sent back on loan to Saint Etienne. Dani Ceballos had been brought in on loan from Real Madrid to add creativity in midfield. These were Emery signings, but now they would be Arteta's tools.
These players, every time they wear that shirt, every time they jump into that pitch, they give absolutely everything, and they have to feel there is a sense of what we are trying to achieve.
His first games showed signs of change. On New Year's Day 2020, Arsenal hosted Manchester United. The Gunners played with raw energy, pressing with intent and defending as a unit. Goals from Pepe and Socrates sealed a 2-0 win, and for the first time in months, the Emirates felt alive. January's transfer window gave Arteta a chance to quietly strengthen. No blockbuster signings came in. This was about patching holes. Pablo Mari arrived on loan from Flamengo to add a composed left-footed option in central defence. Cedric Soares came in from Southampton, also on loan, to provide depth at right-back. Modest moves on paper, but Arteta's focus was on building a structure before making big changes. Tactically, his early Arsenal was about stability, influenced by Barcelona's footballing philosophy in his time under Pep Guardiola. Arteta revamped Arsenal's approach and often used a 4-2-3-1, but as the season went on, especially after football resumed post-COVID lockdown, he switched to a 3-4-3 that maximised his defenders' strengths. Granit Xhaka found a new lease of life as a deep-lying playmaker, while the fullbacks, particularly Tierney, became crucial outlets. Up front, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang thrived as an inverted left forward, cutting inside to deadly effect. The Premier League campaign remained inconsistent. Arsenal struggled to climb the table, finishing 8th, their lowest league position since 1994-95. But while league form faltered, something else was brewing, a remarkable FA Cup run. In the quarter-finals, Arsenal edged Sheffield United. In the semi-final at Wembley, they produced one of the season's finest performances, beating Pep Guardiola's Manchester City 2-0, with Aubameyang scoring twice in a tactical masterclass. Then came the final against Chelsea on the 1st of August 2020. After falling behind early, Arsenal roared back. Aubameyang equalised from the penalty spot, then produced a sublime chip finish to win the game. The FA Cup was theirs. Arsenal's record 14th in history, and Arteta had his first trophy just 8 months into the job. It also secured a Europa League qualification, a vital boost both financially and competitively. By the time the season ended, Mikel Arteta had done more than just win a trophy. He'd changed the mood, reshaped the style of play, and laid the groundwork for a cultural reset. From the chaos of mid-December to lifting silverware at Wembley, Arteta's debut season was proof that even in the toughest circumstances, a clear vision and tactical intelligence could begin to turn a club's fortunes around. The 2020-21 season was supposed to be the beginning of a new era for Arsenal, as Arsenal prepared for Arteta's first full season in charge. There was hope that the club could build on that momentum. The board backed him in the transfer market. The headline signing was Thomas Partey from Atletico Madrid, an all-action midfielder with the power, technical ability and defensive awareness Arsenal had been long crying out for. Brazilian centre-back Gabriel